Chapter 3, History of Zoroastrianism. Picking back up on page 30, the present situation. Today, Zoroastrianism remain a small minority in the land of their origin. Muslim authorities over the centuries have often allowed the survivors to continue their faith, as they are said to have been given this favor by Muhammad himself. The fact that some Zoroastrians survive and around today, and that some of their fire temples continue to exist, and that the ancient signs and symbols of the past Zoroastrian glory come to be used, is a testimony both to the nationalistic fervor of Iranians and to their deep level and ancient tradition of tolerance. If the reader is astounded by this statement and is thinking of the excess of intolerance now being practiced by Shiite Muslim government of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I would only contrast the history that the country with what the Christians did in Europe. No vestige of the pre-Christian religions in Europe were allowed to survive. No minority of people still worshiping the old gods exist. No ancient temples of the native gods continue to function. The key to the survival of Zoroastrians in Iran probably lies in Iranian nationalism. The Zoroastrians remain as living reminders of the glories of Iran's past, when it was not just one more Islamic country, but the fountainhead of wisdom to the world and the center of the world's greatest empire. At the present, there are no more than 300,000 Zoroastrians in the world. They live in Iran and India, mostly around the city of Bombay. However, many have immigrated to the United Kingdom and the United States. In America, they are mostly concentrated in the major metropolitan areas. History, as we have seen, made it necessary for Zoroastrians to evolve into an ethnic group. In Iran, the Muslims hemmed them in, while in India, as a way of getting along with the Hindu majority, the Parsis also developed into an ethnically isolated community. The Hindus welcomed the Parsis as long as they did not try to convert Hindus. Hinduism is an ancestral religion and a direct continuation of the kind of religion originally practiced by the Indo-Iranians. To subject a Hindu family member to conversion to another faith would erode the family unit. Thus the Parsis evolved back into a kind of ethnic model, very much akin to the one practiced by most Hindus. For all of these reasons, Zoroastrians eventually adopt the idea that they would not seek, nor would they accept conversion to their faith in general. This is the situation we find today. In general, non-conversion policy is probably a wise one. The present-day Zoroastrians, whether in Iran or India or in the West, are the product of a millennia-long history. Their achievements of surviving, actually thriving under these conditions, are heroic efforts that should be honored by us today. They have acquired a complex cultural texture of traditions and practices, which we in the West have generally lost, but we cannot just step into their stream of culture. For example, it is forbidden for non-Parsis to enter in the fire temples in India. The presence of the non-Zoroastrians would disrupt the sanctity of the place. We of the Occidental branch do not want to disturb the traditions or practices of our Eastern brethren. One could only imagine that an influx of Westerners into the system would do to their social matrix. Rather, we wish to take our inspiration directly from the truth of the wise Lord, and with the insightful guidance of the Eastern brethren develop. With the grace of Hermas, our own branch of the tree, we wish to support the old Zoroastrian school and educate the general population about its existence and teachings, as well as encourage those born in Zoroastrian faith to realize what a gift it is to be part of such a glorious, important tradition. But our own religious traditions must be rooted in our own culture and in our own history, things which developed apart from the cultural streams that shaped the Eastern realm. The light that now dawns in the West is the newest, oldest religion in the world, the disciplined utilization of wisdom provided by the light of insight.